Hi, today we're going to talk about Creative Commons. So, what is Creative Commons? Let me help you to understand what Creative Commons is first. Creative Commons, actually, we call it the Creative Commons license. And since nowadays we use lots of multimedia, and it is a license for a media source, and it helps us to make sure that the content is used by the creator's permission, and we have to follow license conditions. So what is the function for Creative Commons? It helps you free from copyright infringements. And it can help you to spread out your knowledge, share your knowledge and creativity with the world. Also, it helps decide the level of free use you want to grant other users. And at the same time, you can also use others' work under Creative Commons. So there are actually lots of advantage in using Creative Commons. Okay, if we apply Creative Commons, does that mean we are free to use any work that's marked with Creative Commons licenses? No, the answer is no. Even though there are works that mark with Creative Commons license, we still have to follow the license conditions in order to use work created by others or sources that's being marked with Creative Commons. And there are 4 icons and 6 licenses that I will explain it later on. In what follows, we're going to talk about how to use Creative Commons. Okay, how can I license my own work? Currently I have a film, or I have a picture, or for example like this PowerPoint slide and films that I want to distribute and share it with others. I can use some license and some conditions listed under CC. You don't need to do any registration to use the CC licenses. And then how do I license my work? I can select one of the 6 licenses, and I mark my work under the terms of that license. For CC license, there's a website to help you to select the right license, and this is the website URL. So later on you can check this website, and I'm going to explain how to select the right license by using some screenshots. After surfing this website, you'll find out this interface, and for this interface actually you can choose the language you like. For example, like this one, I choose Chinese, so the interface and language provided here is Chinese. You can also choose English, Spanish as you like it, but of course you need to understand it. And here there are several window frames. Basically, you just enter your requirement. For example, like I have a word that I want to share, so I want to tell others by showing the CC license. So I will enter the choices, and later on it will come up with one license that you can actually use. Okay, there's some information that you have to enter. For example, like for your work, do you think others can modify your work? And the other information is whether you want this to be shared by others that use your work. Okay, and if you want to share it, can others share this work just like the way that you want? The CC license that you have indicated in your work, and whether you allow others to use your work for commercial purpose. So basically you just pick the option that you want, and then it will come up with a license you like. Basically it will ask you to but for this one, actually, if you don't type it, CC license will still come out. However, for this window, if you want to annotate the name of your work and your names and your website address, or probably you have used others' work and the original websites for the work or other website, then you can actually just type this information here, and then it will come up with the right CC that you can use. There is one example of a license that I chose, and so what does this license mean? In order to understand this license, first you have to understand the icon here. Basically there are 4 icons, and by using the 4 icons you can come up with 6 licenses. We have to understand 4 icons first. The first one is called attribution. Okay, for attribution you will see a circle with a person inside here. Attribution means that you have to give credit and appropriate credit to the sources that you use, and you have to provide a link to a license. You need to indicate it if changes were made on your work. So this one is attribution. The second one, here you see a circle and a $ inside with a crossed out. So here it means if you see this icon here, it means non-commercial. So that means you may not use the material for commercial purposes. Alright, so for your work, if you want to distribute it but you don't want others to use your work for money, to make money, then you can put this sign here. The next one is called share alike. So we have a circle there and a share alike icon, and it means that if someone uses your work and they remix, transform, or build upon your material, they have to distribute their work under the same license as the original. If I want to distribute my work, others, and I use this one, others also have to share their work just like what I share to them. The first icon is called no derivatives. So if you remix, transform, or build upon the material, someone's material, you may not distribute the modified material. So that means if you didn't make any changes on the material, then you can actually distribute it. So if you modify the material by others, actually you cannot distribute them. So is it clear? It's kind of tricky here. So here actually means you cannot modify the material. If I want to just simply put it, don't modify others' material, or if you use my work, you cannot modify my material. Or if you want to modify others' material, that means you cannot distribute it. You can only keep it for your eyes only. So basically that's what this sign means. If you see a license with the 3 icons, attribution, non-commercial, and share alike, do you know what actually it means now? It means that you are free to share. You can copy and redistribute the material in any medium or format. You can remix, transform and build out upon the material, and the licensor actually cannot revoke the freedom as long as you follow the license terms. In addition to the above mentioned, actually, this one is attribution, so you have to acknowledge the source, you have to give appropriate credits, and you have to provide a link to the license, and you have to indicate it if there are any changes that you have made. And for this one, it's non-commercial, so you cannot use the material for commercial purposes. For this one, it is share alike, so if you make any changes on the material, you must distribute your contributions under the same license as your original. And there are no additional restrictions, and you may not apply legal terms or technological measures that legally restrict others from doing anything that license permits. So basically, this is what this license about. Okay, right now let's take a look at the 6 Creative Commons licenses. You can see there are 6 licenses, and basically they're combinations from the 4 icons that I explained in this film. So you get different combinations here. And here I provide a short link and hit in this arrow there's a short film to explain about Creative Commons, so if you're interested later on you can surf this arrow here. Okay, right now is a Q&A session. The first question is a true or false question. So once applying CC, do you think that we are free to use the sources we like and any ways we want? What is your answer? Okay, the answer is no. We still have to follow license conditions. For example, like if there's no derivatives, then once we make changes, then we cannot redistribute the work. My second question is, what does this license mean? Okay, the answer is attribution. You have to give appropriate credit to the source, and you have to provide a link and at the same time indicate if there's any changes made. Okay, question number 3. What does this license mean? There's one more icon. For this one, I bet you already know the answer. Okay, the answer is you can copy and redistribute the material in any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially. And for attribution, it's easy. You have to give appropriate credit to the source, provide the link, indicate if changes were made. Also, no derivatives. That means you may not distribute the modified material. However, if you don't distribute it, just for your eyes only, you can still transform or make changes on the material. And there is no additional restrictions. The following, so what you see on the screen, is the references that I used in making this film. And thank you very much for your listening, for your viewing.